Here are billionaires with the most ridiculous lifestyles. Number 9. Larry Ellison. As the co-founder of Oracle Corporation, Larry Ellison is worth an astounding $56.2 billion. With that kind of money, he can afford things such as military jets, yachts, and a collection of homes worth close to $500 million. He's definitely no stranger to the real estate market. He's been called the nation's most avid trophy home buyer. He spent $1 million for a sound system in one of his houses, complete with a concert-grade projection screen. He also owns a historic garden villa in Kyoto, Japan, which was reportedly listed for $86 million, although the price he paid is unknown. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Ellison also purchased 98% of the Hawaiian island Lanai for reportedly $500 million. Still not impressed? Check this out. His yacht, the Rising Sun, is the 8th biggest yacht in the world. He also owns several beachside properties, including a mansion once owned by the Astor family. Looking to get in on some of the action? One of his Malibu homes, a 2,800 square foot oceanfront cottage, is available to rent for $65,000 a month. Hey, just round up a few friends and split that Airbnb. So I'm guessing you're gonna assume he flies on a PJ all the time, right? Nope. This man has a pilot's license, and he prefers to do the flying himself in his military-grade jets. Perhaps not coincidentally, Ellison made a cameo in Iron Man 2, because with his jets, cars, and a touch of arrogance, he isn't all that different from Tony Stark. Number 8. Jeff Greene. This isn't Larry David's sidekick, but rather a billionaire real estate mogul who once got involved with politics. This has become pretty normal here in America, and a dude named Jeff Greene has been a part of that trend. He began saving money while in business school to invest in real estate. Obviously, he was pretty good at it, as he's amassed a huge fortune over the years, ultimately landing him on the Forbes 400 list. Aside from his unsuccessful Senate bid in 2010, Greene has been known for his lavish lifestyle and affinity for boxing. In 2005, his luxury yacht allegedly caused some damage to the Belize Coral Reef. Although he wasn't even on the ship at the time, he still faced a fine of over $1 million. That's pretty much pocket change for a dude worth around $3 billion. His aforementioned love of boxing sparked a friendship with Mike Tyson. Tyson was the best man of Greene's wedding in 2007, and would later tell stories of an epic adventure aboard Greene's yacht. Whether or not the story is true, who knows? But this is Mike Tyson we're talking about here, and he doesn't seem like the type to lie, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Number 7. Bidzina Ivanishvili. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. You've probably heard that your whole life, and maybe thought to yourself, who the would live in a glass house? Well, meet Bidzina Ivanishvili. The Georgian billionaire made his fortune in Russia from buying companies in the metals and banking industry in the 90s. He would then sell off the companies and reinvest them in gold and American equities. He eventually moved back to his home country of Georgia, where he became prime minister in 2012. But we don't care about his politics. Check out this glass house we were just talking about. It's an 108,000 square foot glass mansion with an amazing view. For a small sum of $50 million, Ivanishvili had this thing built, complete with a petting zoo and art collection featuring the works of Picasso. And obviously much more art. Worth how much, you ask? Just, well, around $1 billion. I guess his most prized piece is Picasso's Dora Maar with Cat painting, which he paid $95.2 million for at Sotheby's in 2006. Don't worry, he can afford it. Number 6. Silvio Berlusconi. As it turns out, America isn't the only place to elect billionaires without political experience to lead their country. Silvio Berlusconi has served as the Italian Prime Minister on 4 separate occasions. As one of the most powerful men in the world, Berlusconi has used his status and wealth to live a lavish lifestyle. In 2009, for example, leaked documents from the Italian Senate revealed that after years of some legendary late-night partying, Berlusconi was facing some serious health problems. Berlusconi has been linked with women much younger than him. His excessive lifestyle gained him a reputation as a playboy politician, which, coupled with years of scandals and alleged corruption, often put him at odds with the Italian public. In 2010, he defended his lifestyle saying, quote, "I'm a playful person, full of life. I love women. Nobody can make me, at my age, change my lifestyle, of which I am absolutely proud." He told all this to reporters in Brussels. Well, there you have it. Number 5. Richard Branson. Richard Branson made his money after founding the Virgin Group, which is a conglomerate of over 400 companies, including Virgin Records, Virgin Mobile, and Virgin Atlantic. All this started after Branson started a magazine called Student way back in the day. A bit of an eccentric dude, Branson has been known for the creative ways in which he enjoys his wealth. Exhibit A. He bought his own island, Necker Island. The story behind how he got the island is actually pretty interesting. I highly recommend you guys to Google it yourself since I'm not gonna go into it in this video. Anyways, Branson, always the entrepreneur, rents out his island for about $10,000 a day when he isn't using it himself. He's also known for flying around the world on fancy jets, kite surfing, skydiving, and submarine rides. Branson actually isn't the biggest show-off, and some of his money, well actually, a lot, goes towards good causes, such as using his money to help find missing children or to help combat global warming. Branson has actually been knighted, as he's British, so we should have been technically referring to him as Sir Richard Branson. Whoops. Number 4. Clive Palmer. He's just barely a billionaire, but he seems too interesting to exclude from this list. Palmer became rich from his company, Mineralogy, an Australian mining company. He also owns a number of resorts and golf courses, and was the owner of Gold Coast FC from 2008 to 2012. With all of his riches, he's made some odd decisions over the years. In 2013, he told the world that he would build an exact replica of the Titanic. He said, "Why build the Titanic? Why go to the moon? Why did the Yankees play the Red Sox? Why did Christopher Columbus discover the Americas? Because they could, and I can, and we can build the Titanic." Doubling down on weird ideas, Palmer also opened a theme park with fake dinosaurs. He named it Palmersaurus Dinosaur Park. Thankfully, he hasn't attempted to make actual dinosaurs or anything like that. So, we don't have a Jurassic Park type disaster on our hands here. However, as part of the Palmer Coolum Resort, Jeff the T-Rex greets golfers at the ninth hole. Number 3. Wang Jianlin. This Chinese entrepreneur publicly displayed his wealth when he bought a private island in 2011. In doing so, he became the first person from China with the distinct honor of owning their own island. After paying just around $500,000 to own the certificate to the island, Wang announced that he planned to turn it into a hunting reserve for wealthy Chinese businessmen. Hunting apparently is the latest craze in China. The damn-mentioned island was uninhabited when he bought it, but Wang's ambition was to populate the island with all sorts of animals. Wang has already spent over $5 million to stock the island with wild boar, pheasants, and deer. We actually don't know a whole lot about Wang. He made his fortune in the petrochemical industry, and as you can see, uses some of his wealth in some bizarre ways. Number 2. Hassan al-Bolkiah. As the Sultan and Prime Minister of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah is worth around $20 billion, give or take a few million bucks. The Sultan has used a portion of his wealth to amass one of the largest private car collections, probably in the history of humans. This collection of cars, which is said to include some 7,000 vehicles, supposedly costs billions of dollars. 7,000 cars! Legend has it, this amazing collection includes 300 Ferraris, 600 Rolls Royces, one of which is coated in 24 karat gold, 6 McLaren F1s, and thousands more cars. And it's not just the cars. He travels the world by flying his own Boeing 747. What about his houses? Good thing you brought that up. The Istana Nurul Iman is the official palace of the Sultan, and it's one of the largest in the world. Complete with, just 1,800 rooms and 17 stories. It costs over $1 billion to build. The Sultan even owns luxury hotels all over the world, including the Beverly Hills Hotel and the Dorchester in London. Custom cigars, helicopters, gold cars, and a fancy palace. All just the perks of being a 20 billionaire. Number 1. Howard Hughes. As a staple in the film and aviation industries, Howard Hughes was among the most successful entrepreneurs of his time. His big-budget films such as Scarface, Hell's Angels, and The Outlaw made him a Hollywood staple in the 1920s and 30s, and his penchant for flying led him to establish the Hughes Aircraft Company in 1932. With a net worth of more than $3 billion and an eccentric personality, Hughes lived a rather colorful lifestyle. He dated plenty of famous and attractive women, and did random things such as buying a luxury yacht called Rover on a whim. But his true passion was airplanes. He set many world airspeed records, and developed the Hughes H1 Racer and the H4 Hercules, better known as the Spruce Goose. Check out these next videos.